Hello everyone, my name is Jagraj and today I'm going to be talking you through my professional experience elective with Genos Labs in Zagreb, Croatia. So just a bit about how I won this internship. I attended the EPSA Autumn Assembly and entered a competition for Age, and I wrote an essay and gave a 3-minute sales pitch, and I won a 2-week internship with Genos Labs. In terms of my learning outcomes going into the selective, I wanted to build upon my passion for personalised medicine and learn more about a field of research which I hadn't covered before, so glycomics, and how glycanage can actually be used to change people's lifestyle. And also I wanted to link back to my half-day placement in sales and marketing with AstraZeneca and gain more experience within research and development. And finally, I actually wanted to work alongside scientists and see how their perspectives differ towards patient care compared to ours as healthcare professionals. So in terms of what I did for the selective, I worked in a glycomics lab where I did 4 main projects where I was looking at RA synovial fluid samples for earlier diagnosis of RA. I was also distinguishing transferrin from IgG and looking at glycanage and how your biological age compares to your chronic age. And also I was looking at the World Glycan Project and developing a new Rafferflow procedure for fast glycan analysis. And it was also a good refresher of my Western blot technique from 3rd year, investigating gene editing in type 1 HNF1 alpha diabetes, and finally looking at single nucleotide polymorphisms in clotting factor genes. So in the glycomics lab, we used an SDS page and a protein G plate to prepare the samples, ready for IgG elution and labeling, to isolate the IgG, ready for sample analysis by UPLC, which is ultra pressure liquid chromatography. And here's an example of the readout at the bottom. So in the genetics lab, I worked with capillary gel electrophoresis, which I'd never covered before. And I also worked with PCR to investigate clotting factor genes, SNPs, in buccal swabs from patients. As I mentioned before, pharmacists are both scientists and healthcare professionals, so it's important as pharmacists to actually have an appreciation of what is a scientist and what is a healthcare professional. Well, a scientist will actually mainly focus on the development of a process and procedure, whereas a healthcare professional will focus on putting the information into context of this patient. Now in the UK, we're quite lucky and we have quite a lot of funding, so we can investigate the major challenges of the 21st century within quite a novel way, but in Croatia there's less funding, so they're more likely to build upon existing knowledge. And also healthcare professionals within the UK generally tend to use manufactured industry pharmaceuticals, whereas spending time with Balupa company in Croatia, which was a community pharmacy, it was more focused on extemporaneous and herbal preparations. So in terms of my previous outcomes for the selective, I generally met all of them. And I also met some additional outcomes, so learning more about the research process from a research proposal stage to a publication stage after discussing with scientists currently publishing in Nature and Cell, where the publication process can take up to and sometimes over a year. And also I was able to explore medical tests as well as pharmaceutical tests and medical research and pharmaceutical research, and how that can actually play a role in improving the diagnosis and treatment as well as the prognosis of patients. In terms of my future plans, I generally have 3 key questions I want to address in the future. So do I want to go into medicine, or do I want to spend a bit more time within pharmacy? So I see healthcare as both medical intervention and pharmaceutical intervention, and if I'm passionate about personalised healthcare, am I missing half the picture by just focusing on the pharmacy and not the medicine as well? And also this has brought into question whether I actually want to go into research and development, because I actually didn't know that this was more of a medical test and a pharmaceutical product. And actually I found this very interesting to look into and see its role in diagnosing patients. And finally, what specific area field of personalized medicine do I want to go into? Because is it oncology, is it immunotherapy, or is it just something I haven't even experienced yet? So thanks for listening. Here's just a few articles which I've published over the years in personalised medicine. Control click the links to access the articles. And I'd like to open the floor for questions.